She replaced Naomi Campbell. She fronted Versace at 16. Then, without warning, she walked away. The industry didn't know what to make of her. Devon Aoki wasn't tall enough, didn't smile enough, didn't care to charm the camera. But that's exactly why they couldn't stop watching. At just 16, she was the face of the world's most powerful fashion houses. And then she vanished. This is the story of the girl who had everything and still chose something else.
Although Devon is only 16 years old and has been modeling for a short time.
You started as a model.
Yes.
Extremely beautiful woman, and then you become an action star.
Before Devon Aoki ever set foot on a runway, her life was already touched by spectacle. Her father, Rocky Aoki, was a showman, a former Olympic wrestler turned entrepreneur who built the Benihana empire from hibachi flames and bold ambition. Her mother, meanwhile, came from a disciplined background. As Devon shared in a 2007 interview, her maternal lineage included a strong military history.
Well, my mom's side of the family, we sort of military background and stuff. And when I was younger, they used to teach me how to tie knots.
Between performance and precision, her childhood straddled two worlds, the theatrical and the orderly. At 13, Devon was scouted, but was this destiny or direction? With a famous father and a fashion-forward environment, one has to wonder, did she step into the spotlight or was she born under it? Whatever the truth, her arrival wasn't subtle. By 16, she was everywhere. As fashion television noted, she had already been noticed by the biggest names in fashion. Her big break came when she replaced Naomi Campbell as the face of Versace, a seismic shift that sent murmurs across the industry. What pressure did that bring? No one asked. Devon rarely spoke publicly, and when she did, it was measured. She wasn't chasing celebrities. She didn't smile for approval. She stood still and let the camera work for her. Her presence felt otherworldly, alien yet intimate, detached yet magnetic. And in an industry that worshipped height and symmetry, Devon's look bent the rules. Her feline eyes, strong jawline, and compact frame didn't fit the mold. She rewrote it, but fame came fast, maybe too fast. In the early 2000s, fashion wasn't just commercial, it was theatrical. And Devon Aoki became the lead in a show no one could predict. She didn't simply model clothes, she inhabited them. For designers like Jeremy Scott and Jean-Paul Gaultier, she was more than a mannequin. She was a canvas. Her walk was unhurried, defiant. Her face rarely changed expression, yet it told a story every time she hit the runway. There was a power in her restraint, the kind that demanded attention by refusing to ask for it. Whether she was cloaked in feathers or latex, she looked as if she'd stepped out of another dimension, and the fashion world couldn't look away. But what the cameras captured wasn't always what Devon felt. Behind the scenes, she was still a teenager, navigating rooms filled with power, expectation, and pressure. While many described her as mysterious or stoic, some of that silence may have been armor. Replacing Naomi Campbell, fronting Chanel, walking the world's biggest shows, all before her 20s, wasn't just historic, it was heavy. She became a muse for avant-garde visionaries and a symbol of alternative beauty long before diversity was a trend. She appeared in ads shot by Jürgen Teller and Ellen von Unwerth, photographers known for capturing raw femininity with a surreal edge, and Devon gave them exactly that. Not performance, but presence. But the pace was relentless. Shoot after shoot, season after season. There's a kind of isolation that comes with being different, even if that difference is celebrated. The same face the world admired may not have always felt seen.
Although Devon is only 16 years old and has been modeling for a short time, this 5'2" unconventional beauty has caught the attention of such big-name designers as Jean-Paul Gaultier, Karl Lagerfeld.
The transition from high fashion to Hollywood is often clumsy, but Devon Aoki made it look effortless, at least from the outside. Her breakout role as Suki in Too Fast, Too Furious was a burst of color and cool. Her pink car and no-nonsense attitude instantly iconic. But the move from editorial silence to cinematic dialogue wasn't as seamless as it appeared. In an interview, Devon admitted the shift was pretty tremendous, especially the physical demands. Sometimes it takes weeks, sometimes it takes months, she said, referring to the training.
Pretty tremendous when you're preparing for a role. Sometimes it takes weeks and sometimes it takes months.
For someone known for stillness, for letting the gaze do the talking, it was a transformation. Action films required movement, aggression, and volume. The adjustment was internal as much as external. She followed with roles in Sin City and DOA, Dead or Alive, carving out a space as an action heroine who didn't just wear leather, she fought in it. But behind the screen personas was a woman who may have felt, once again, like a visitor in someone else's world. Hollywood embraced her, but it never seemed like home. Fashion was surreal. The film was demanding. Neither allowed much room to simply be. Around the late 2000s, Devon Aoki's name began to fade from headlines. No scandals, no dramatic exits, just quiet. For years, she had been everywhere. Magazine covers, catwalks, movie screens, then she was gone. But absence doesn't always mean retreat. Sometimes it means choice. In a rare turn away from the spotlight, Devon married financier James Bailey and stepped into a life far removed from fashion weeks and film premieres. There were whispers. Why would someone walk away from that kind of career? Had she burned out? Was it personal? The truth was simpler and more radical. She wanted a family. She wanted time. While the world framed her exit as a disappearance, it was, in fact, a decision. Few stars ever get to control their exit. Most are pushed, aged out, or replaced. But Devon didn't fade. She withdrew on her terms. And maybe for the first time, she wasn't being styled, scheduled, or photographed. She was just living. In a world addicted to visibility, her silence became a statement. Devon Aoki's most profound transformation happened far from any camera. She became a mother, not just of one, but of four. And though she shares glimpses of her family on social media, her life today is defined more by presence than performance. There are no backstage past stories now, just photos of her children, handwritten cards, kitchen tables. Her life slowed down, softened, but the intensity she once carried on runways didn't vanish. It redirected into raising a family, into shaping something lasting off-screen. What makes Devon's story different isn't that she left, it's that she never seemed to regret it. Most people imagine a model's dream ending with legacy campaigns or luxury brands, but Devon chose something quieter, something more radical. Her power didn't dissolve, it evolved into something private. She didn't announce her retirement. She didn't need a headline. She just shifted step by step into a life of her own design. And in that shift, she created a different kind of iconography, not built on fame, but on intention. Though Devon Aoki stepped back from the stage, her imprint never faded. Fashion's resurgence of Y2K aesthetics often circles back to her in mood boards, editorials, and lookbooks that echo her image. She's still referenced in casting conversations, praised for redefining beauty in an industry once obsessed with sameness. Devon didn't just model. She challenged the lens. Her absence only amplified her impact. Every season that passes without her feels like an unfinished sentence, not a closing chapter, but a pause that keeps echoing. Her silence became a reference point. Her restraint became a style. Devon never declared she was done. Over the years, she's quietly reappeared. A Hugo Boss campaign here, a Moschino show there, but it never feels like a return, more like a cameo from a myth. Her daughter has even begun modeling, stepping into a world her mother once ruled with quiet intensity. These brief flashes only deepen the mystique. Devon Aoki never needed a full comeback. Her presence, when it arrives, still disrupts the space, still stirs something. She doesn't perform, she reminds. Devon Aoki didn't fight for the spotlight. She walked through it, left her mark, and stepped away before it could burn her out. In a culture that demands constant visibility, she chose stillness. While others chase legacy through longevity, hers was forged in brevity. Her story isn't just about what she did, it's about what she refused. In that refusal, she became unforgettable. Not because she stayed, but because she left.